The paradox we are about to explore is called the inverted universe paradox. It gently unsettles us by asking a question that slips beneath the surface of how we perceive our world. Imagine your entire view, every color, every direction, every sensation, flipped as if gazing through a mysterious mirror. Yet the world carries on with quiet consistency. The sky still stretches overhead. The ground still supports your steps. People still move and speak. Only something essential feels shifted. This paradox invites us to ponder the delicate boundary between perception and reality, challenging our trust in the familiar. It whispers to us about the hidden layers of experience that shape the lens through which we know existence, and whether that lens might be quietly inverted without ever revealing the truth. Philosophers and dreamers have long wrestled with the idea that what we see is not the thing itself, but a delicate interpretation shaped by our senses. The inverted universe paradox sings this tension softly across the mind, revealing how perception is less a direct window and more a filtered map. If our brains consistently invert the vibrant colors of the world, or reflect left as right, the paradox asks if we would ever know. Could we mistake a painted reflection for true form? This question rests like a feather upon the quiet currents of thought, stirring awareness about how reality might exist behind a veil woven by our own biology, a veil that neither confirms nor denies the shape of the universe beyond our minds. Wren, a physicist whose thirst for understanding color began in childhood, embodies this paradox. From a small bedroom where she traced the blue sky and emerald grass with wonder, her curiosity blossomed into an obsession. She pondered why fire burns with orange flames instead of purple, and how the world painted itself in hues so familiar, yet so mysterious. Now, as an adult, Wren has designed a machine meant to simulate reality, but with a radical twist. Everything perceived by the human eye is inverted. She stands before the switch, fingers trembling with the weight of possibility, ready to step into a world not quite her own, yet hauntingly familiar. When Wren flips the switch, the universe around her bends quietly and irrevocably. The sky's vast blue fades into shimmering gold. The grass shifts to glowing crimson, and even her own reflection warps into something subtle, a visage not monstrous or alien, but just slightly askew. It feels as if the reflection holds a thought she cannot grasp, a secret locked inside the mirror's depths. She walks through this reversed world where every door opens as expected. Birds glide along their paths, and conversations hum gently. Yet beneath this seeming normalcy lies a dissonance, a fragile fracture between expectation and perception that ripples through her soul, echoing the essential question of the paradox itself. Wren moves through this inverted realm carrying a growing tension, a gentle ache born from the mismatch between what she anticipates and what her senses report. The familiar becomes strange, and the strange is worn with an eerie comfort. She wonders if her memories themselves are built upon illusions, questioning whether her understanding of reality has ever been anything but a reflection turned subtly askew. The tension tightens as she considers how language, memories, and experiences might all be woven from this inverted cloth, sustaining a fragile model of reality that could be utterly unrecognizable if truly seen anew. The paradox deepens, pressing against the boundaries of certainty and belief. The paradox grows more complex as Wren asks, if everything from color to direction were flipped eternally, how could one ever know? If the language shared by friends matches perfectly, mirroring the inverted world, is there meaning in questioning the truth behind perception? Even scientific measurements, precise as they seem, register only wavelengths and signals, not the internal feel of red or blue. Wren's mind circles this conundrum, tracing the delicate line where physics meets philosophy. The deeper she delves, the more elusive certainty becomes, as if the entire structure of experience is painted in shades of question and possibility, and the universe itself tilts toward mystery. In this mirrored world, spatial inversion becomes another silent riddle. What if turning right is truly a left twist wrapped in disguise? What if all maps and movements are consistent only because they exist inside a perfectly flipped frame? Ren imagines a life lived in this mirror, balance sustained, handwriting adapted, routines performed without a flicker of doubt. The paradox reveals how perception is not a direct grasp of reality, but a dance within a private, mutable construction. It softly exposes how what we call truth may be more fragile and more personal than we imagine, cradled in the silent spaces where biology, memory, and meaning intertwine. Slowly, Ren begins to see the paradox not as a cruel trick, but as an invitation, an opening to reconsider how certainty forms and falters. She senses that perhaps the inversion is less about something being reversed and more about how experience creates a world of its own making. The rigid borders between real and perceived dissolve, revealing perception as a living, evolving landscape. This shift offers a quiet freedom to accept that what we know may be fluid, and that the truth we seek might dwell in reflections, softness, and the gaps between knowing and not knowing. Ren holds this realization close, a candle illuminating inner shadows. As night deepens, Ren releases the desire to fix the inverted world, embracing instead its fluid mystery. She finds calm in uncertainty, understanding that the paradox challenges not just what we see, but how tightly we cling to our assumptions. This openness allows her to listen deeply, to colors, to silence, to the gentle trembling of perception itself. The inverted universe is no longer a trap, but a quiet companion whispering that the greatest illusions can be the ones that never shatter. In this soft space between certainty and doubt, Ren discovers a fragile peace, a stillness that holds space for wonder beyond comprehension. And now, as you lie enveloped in silence, the inverted universe paradox reaches out softly to you. What parts of your world might be quietly flipped, worn like second skin because they are the only reality you have ever known? What truths might hide behind familiar names, and which perceptions might be gentle illusions cradling your understanding? If tomorrow your world inverted completely, shifting all colors and directions while seeming unchanged, how would you awake to this new reality? Perhaps the true question is not what the world is, but what it means to trust what you see. Could there be a truth that lives in the spaces between certainty and whispering shadows?